My name is Sulynn. Let me tell you why I am here in the first place. I have no clue why I'm here, but I kind of figured how I got here. Okay, so first things first, I am the founder and Chief Engagement Officer of ACAP. ACAP is Asian Center for Applied Positive Psychology. All right, I actually have a Facebook page on ACAP where I post all kinds of positive stuff and goodness knows what else. You can go look it up later. Let me just tell you what positive psychology is. How many people here have heard of positive psychology? Let me see. Okay. For those who have heard of positive psychology, how many of you know what positive psychology is? All right. Okay, then I'm going to give you a 3-minute run through on what positive psychology is. Positive psychology is stuff like this. It's about what works in life, what is great in life. All right, is there negative psychology? No. Psychology is psychology. It's the study of human behavior, study of your mind. Positive psychology is one day when this guy called Martin Seligman, when he became the president of the American Psychological Society, he decided to put up this great big yellow umbrella and he says, you know what guys, we have spent all our research money looking after people who are sick and making them well. But only 3 to 5% of the world need that kind of attention. What happens to the other 97%? Who's going to look after them? There are people who do so well in life. There are people who have massive injuries and recover and do miraculous things. What makes them tick? How can we help people instead of going, depressed people are what we call, if there's a line here that's 0, people who are depressive, people who are not well up here, they are minus from 0, okay, below 0, south of 0. What we want to do is we want to help people go north of 0. So if you are a +2, we want to get you to a +8. Correct. Don't you all want to do well in life? Yeah? So positive psychology is about what works, what goes right. We focus on strengths, not weakness. In school, you're always told you're not good in this, you better improve. You're not good in that, you better improve. You know what? You suck in that. Get it moving. All right? Not you, right? That's why I did this. Okay? But here we say, you know what? What are you great at? What is it that you do that gives you energy? What is it that you do that makes you come alive? Do more of it. And those things that you don't do well in, never mind. But you know what? If you keep doing what you're great at, it will give you the energy, the courage to go try new things. Those emotions inside you, those things that excite you will make you go there. Okay, so it's all about good stuff. So that's positive psychology. Sounds great, right? Well, so what are the pillars? What we want to know is what makes life worth living? What makes a great life? To flourish, how do you flourish? So we came up with measurements. Psychologists, right? We are scientists. So we got to measure something. So how do we measure how well you are? Well-being. Okay? So these are the 5 pillars that we currently have come up. We keep changing the pillars, not because they're not valid anymore, because we find out there's more and more research coming together. So the 5 key things: positive emotions. Feel good more often, you are healthier. Feel good more often, you are braver. You want to try things, hang out together with people, relationships. You get more things done. Engagement. Engagement is about flow. Don't do things that you are really bad at. It makes you feel bad. Everything goes down after that. Do things that you have some capability in. Do things that excite you, that challenges you. It's like computer games. That's why you get all hung up on computer games. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Oh, you know what? I made 10 levels in the last 10 minutes. Cool, right? That's why you're addicted. So, make your life like that. Don't you want to be addicted to success? So go find things you're great at. All right, there's a concept called flow. Just Google flow. And don't go for the people who look after waterworks and stuff. It's not a kind of flow, okay? There's this funny name, Csikszentmihalyi flow, F-L-O-W, or just come to my FB page and you get all these words, okay? Meaning. What is the meaning of life? Why do we do what we do? Does it matter what we are doing? Of course it does. If it doesn't, why are we doing it? Why are you even here? Kan? So, accomplishment. Some people just want to achieve. Why do you want to work so hard? Because I like. And is that bad? No. Some of us just want to achieve for the heck of it. It's nice to achieve. Right? Dina? You just want to go get it, right? You just want to achieve for the sake of it, right? And beat that stomach bug inside there. All right, so how did I get here? Right? How did I get here? So what I did was I actually went to school and I came back and I set up ACAP. And the next big thing that I did, last year somebody through my FB page actually posted something and says, when are you coming to Philippines? And out of the blue, I said, whenever you invite me. And they did. All right? And it turned into a conversation. I flew to Bicol, which is a very, very small city, the oldest city, Naga city in the Philippines. And I found out how poor they really are compared to Malaysians. However, the entire university came out to meet me, including the president himself. It really floored me. And these people, Naga City is the city of happiness in the Philippines. And they wanted to bring positive psychology to the Philippines. And they wanted to do something big. What can we do? I said, you know what, you guys should just have a conference, a national conference, and then we can invite people. And that's exactly what they did. I just flew there for 2 days. And one thing turned to another, and in April this year, there's going to be a 2-day national conference on positive psychology attended by the lecturers and high school teachers of the Philippines. It is endorsed by their national associations of psychology, education, you name it. It's completely endorsed. You get CEUs for it, those of you who are in the helping profession. It is amazing. The mayor of the city is hosting a dinner for all participants. It's just giant big. So these are the things I get myself into. All right? And my next big dream is I want to do this in Malaysia. If only we have enough interested people. I've been back here for 6 years, talking and nobody wants to do this. Okay? So, how did I get here? One Madcap day, about 7 years ago, I went back to school. It's a long story. I'm not going to tell you the long story, but in the middle of the night, when I was bored doing my assignments, I decided to Google positive psychology. And lo and behold, there was an invitation from Marty Seligman inviting his very first class of positive psychologists. And you know what? Crazy old me, 3 a.m. in the morning, send an email and say, I won. Now, at that point, I had just quit my very expensive job to go back to school to study psychology. I was broke. I have an 8-year-old, right? I have an 80-year-old mother. And here I was wanting to fly off to Philadelphia with no money, no nothing. And I sent it in. And the minute I sent that email, my skin tingled. I knew I was going to be there. I just knew it. Don't ask me how. Because it was just in my bones. This is something I want to do all my life. Help people find meaning in their lives. Help people see that life is worth living. No matter what hits you, it's worth living. And after a spate of all kinds of horrors, my life story is quite exciting, but we're not going there. I got there. And when I got there and I stood in that hall, we were supposed to go up the stairs for our first class. I was in total awe. How the hell did a very poor Malaysian end up in an Ivy League school? I hadn't been to school for 20 over years by then, right? It was a dream. And how did I get there? I asked my 8-year-old, is it okay if mommy went away for a year? She says, why, mommy? Don't you love me? I said, I do, Emma. But this is something Mommy has wanted to do all her life. It is something I really wanted to. And you know what my sweet little girl said? Mommy, don't think, Mommy. If you want to go, if you don't go now, when are you going to do it? Just do it, Mom. That was my 8-year-old. Well, she's 16 now, and that class, this was at 8 o'clock before class started. At 12 o'clock, typical Asian with camera. Excuse me, Marty, can we take a class picture? I felt so Asian, okay? But you know how pictures are so important? It is one moment in time. It is a stamp or mark on your lives. One moment in time. You've got to capture it. And lo and behold, this is the historical picture of Matt, Master of Applied Positive Psychology. The first ever picture of the first ever class of Masters of Applied Positive Psychology. And it has become a tradition in the University of Pennsylvania now. Every year, they stand there and they take a picture. Okay? Right. Now, look at all their smiles. Don't their smiles all look the same? Going to that class was one of the creepiest, most exciting things you can ever experience. When we were asked to share our stories of how we came here, it was creepy. We all had the same story. We never planned to be there. We stumbled upon it and we applied, and we just knew in our bones we will end up in that class. Money, no money, we would. And we all had the same story. It was so amazing. When Marty put that invitation out, he expected 11 people. 11 people, why? Because it's break even. The university won't lose money. 130 people applied for places. 35 of us got in. And that's America. Now, so what happened? Marty's challenge to us is, I am not asking you here to come get educated. I don't need that. You guys, I have chosen you because I want you to take positive psychology back into the world, where the world needs it. It is not for sale. And to keep that, when I came home, I started ACAP as a virtual networking platform so that I can share. Whoever comes is free. I teach for free. I do whatever for free. I earn money elsewhere. Okay, I have my own company, but that's different. Okay, so positive psychology from there. So what happened after that? What happened after that is when I came back, let me tell you, not only was I broke, my husband left me. Right. So what am I supposed to do now? Okay, but you know what? God is great. I made a pledge to God. God, you made it possible for me to go all the way there with no money, no nothing. And I came back full of hope. This is not going to crush me because you are going to provide for me. And I made a pledge when I came back. Whoever you send my way, I will give for free. But you got to feed me. I got to feed my family. I got an 8-year-old kid who waited a year for me. And today, 6-7 years later, I can tell you, everything has come true and more. Everything. I've been to China, I've been to India, I've been everywhere. Giving away positive psychology. I gave you first, but nobody turned up. So I went elsewhere where people invited me. Okay, when I first came back, I only wanted to do it for Malaysia. But you know what? Malaysians weren't interested. So I went to Singapore. I taught in the School of Positive Psychology. I went to China and I did all kinds of things. So it is possible. And the question I asked when I got invited is, gosh, how did I get here? And it made me think very, very hard. How did I get here? I got here because I followed a dream. A dream that I had as a child. As a child, I looked at the adults who went to work. They didn't go out very happy, they came back even less happy. And I used to wonder what is so terrible about going to work, right? And when I was 18 and I went to Australia, we had to write an essay to prove that we understood English. And I remember writing in my essay, I want to study psychology because I figured if people understood why they do what they do, they would put all their energy into it. So at that point, 6 years ago, when I sent that email, all that came together. It was a dream. It was a dream that had some chance of coming through. And I took that chance. So what I want to share with you guys is this, guys, dream. Dream and dream big. It was Ivy League. Who was I to go for Ivy League? I just spoke to Fadiru just now. I said, you know what, Sulynn, I'm applying to do masters in this thing, this place. I said, why? Go to UPenn. He said, no, but there's Ivy League. I said, so? You can. If you don't try, chances are zero, not okay, okay? Zero. Don't try is zero. If you try, what does Yoda in Star Wars says? Do or don't do, don't try. Just go for it. And you know what? Follow your dream through and it will come. It will work out, just like Dina said. No fear. I just met someone from Taylor. Somebody from Taylor's here, right? I just met someone from Taylor's. And he told me, you know what, Sulynn, I have no money. But I'm going to apply anyway. I'm going to do my master's. And I will trust that it will happen. And this person went. And he got a scholarship. You don't try, you don't know. You don't do it, nothing happens. You sit there and dream, you grow old. Guaranteed. Right? When I went to UPenn, my ex-husband actually said, Sulynn, if you don't go now, when are you going to go? 5 years from now? If you do it now, in 5 years from now, you would have done it and you would have gone so much further. Why wait 5 years? Can? So all of you, dream. If I asked you right now, do you have a secret dream? No matter how crazy it is, do you have a dream? A real dream? Not I dream I want to be with that girl tonight. No. All right? Life, accomplishment, meaning. Do you dream? How many of you have a dream? How many of you right now are acting on that dream? Okay, let me reverse that question. How many of you have a dream that you're waiting for something to happen before you act? Dare not put up there, because you're outnumbered. Go for it. Go for it. Dream is good. Dream big is even better. It's still a dream. Act on it. My favorite professor in positive psychology died last year. He was only 62. When he died, the entire world of positive psychology mourned. To him, when he was interviewed on whatever TV, I can't remember TV station in the US, they asked him, Professor Peterson, in 20 years of studies on psychology, how would you describe positive psychology? He says, I only have 3 words. No, it's not I love you. No. Other people matter. No matter where you go in life, other people matter. And that's what drives me. It was as a child wanting to see smiles. It is as a grown-up, I don't suck up to people and make them smile. I teach them how to make their lives worth smiling about. So guys, go follow your dream. Over to you. Thank you very much.